It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, I would imagine people like run from whatever room they're in when they hear that music and dive onto their couch in slow motion.
Hide under the duvet.
No, we love it. You're here for the movies, and we are here for this man, JP Sebastian. We're going to get into a brand new superhero movie. And this one is Blue Beetle. Dun, dun, dun.
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
Nice suit, nice blue suit.
Hey, you noticed.
Character.
I
got you.
So, yeah, we got another superhero movie in 2023.
I thought they were dead, JP Sebastian. I thought they were finished.
I pray night and day to whichever god might listen. I pray to Thanos. Yeah, I mean, because, geez, like, I don't want to talk about this movie in post-mortem already. I've not seen it. It's only out this Fridays. And to be fair, maybe it will be a small, cute one. We'll find out. This is only a preview. So tell you what, before I get into the blood and guts of it, you look at a bit of a preview of a featurette for Blue Beetle out this Friday in South Africa.
Wow.
Nice.
My name is Shola Maridueña, and I'm Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, in the movie Blue Beetle. That's gonna be sick. Go! I can say from personal experience, it's probably one of the coolest suits I've seen in superheroes ever. We had finished a leg day and I realized, like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to throw up. But I swallowed it and I was like, hell yeah, I'm a king. Fitness ain't got nothing on me. All the training really comes down to this. Let's get it!
Oh yeah. Okay, look, it looks cool. It looks cool. I'm okay with superheroes.
You're instantly sold?
Yeah, no, I like it. There's cool tech. There's a great young star, Cobra Kai made star.
That's right. His name is Shola Maridueña, and you might recognize him from Cobra Kai. I know a lot of people are into that show. But yeah, man, I'm just, like I said, I'm talking all doom and gloom already because as it stands from the studio as it is, DC, The Flash is now the hugest loss-making superhero movie of all time.
But I think there were multiple reasons for that.
It's also been a very busy year. People are forgetting that. Like, you're fighting against Tom Cruise, and you're fighting against Chris Pratt, and you're fighting against Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, some of the biggest flicks we've seen in years.
However, you got Shazam 2, same studio, which also crashed and burned. There was another one as well this year. So, hey, the year's hoping. Look, the other thing people need to understand about critics is that we don't instinctively hate superhero movies. It's just that they are cash cows for a lot of these studios. It's like you can make stuff like Logan. You can make stuff like, I mean, we grew up with The Crow. Good grief, that was great.
For sure.
Blade, incredible. But let's talk about Blue Beetle, Shem, because like I said, this poor thing might get, you know, the short end of the stick after we've had some tragedies like The Flash, etc., etc. Good luck to Aquaman in December. But it might be a small kind of thing that has a heart and soul of its own. Aside from Shola Maridueña, just some of the people, the names behind it, you also have Susan Sarandon, who is the bad guy in this. There's some star power to it. Not that this is the selling point for me. I don't care if it's star power. It's nice if you see unknowns, like you said. You got a dude who's just spent his whole time in streaming them all time, and I think this would be his first feature debut for Sholo. And then you've also got George Lopez, who's obviously the comedian. And he's also had his stints on TV for the longest time ever. And so, like, you're trying to compare this. I heard you guys comparing this to a lot of other stuff that was similar for you. You mentioned Geiger?
I was trying to remember the name. And
Back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I stand to be corrected, but I remember that vibe, an alien suit, a symbiote chooses you, and now you've got to come to terms with being the...
I got shouted at by our camera people because I was too far off, apparently, with Venom. There were closer comparisons than Venom, which is also an alien symbiote choosing the person or whatever. However, you must remember, these things, this was... Blue Beetle first appears in 1939. This iteration of Blue Beetle with Jamie Reyes is from 2006. And even if you want to compare it to, which I did earlier, The Mask, which is another artifact that chooses the person that makes them superpowered, either as a protector or as this maniac. That was 1989. So the motif, the archetypes are all there. Yeah, Blue Beetle is another story about a teenage boy who now he comes from university. And he's got this whole future ahead of him. He's like, sweet, I studied law. I'm all set, goes back home and finds that the family's crashing financially and he has to go do a small-time job that's out of his dream sort of purview. And this is where, at the same time, this heavy responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility, DC, not Marvel, finds him that the scarab beetle, this possible ancient alien artifact, chooses him. It doesn't doesn't just like attach to anyone. So it like sticks to his spine in a really gross way and gives him this exoskeleton suit that protects him and can make whatever kind of weapon he imagines. Ryle, you're staring. You haven't like you look like you're catching flies. You're really
I
wrapped.
think it's cool. You know what?
Is it for you?
You know what the thing is for me with all these movies, and I get where you're going because it does seem repetitive, but there's something cool about being able to envision yourself in this exact moment
You
and
don't
know
have to get
that
bitten by a
this
spider.
This could happen to me, and these would be very similar reactions. Obviously, buying into the world itself.
Let Ryle believe it, guys.
The reactions to all of it are something that I think we all dreamed of when we were younger. We all dreamed of something like this happening to us. So when you see it happen in a movie, you can vicariously live through it. And I think that's the buy-in always.
taps into that,
You're also very attracted to, like we were talking about Spider-Verse, for example, most recently as well. Where it's very teenage.
Yeah.
And it's that time where you thought anything was possible, but at the same time, I'm so tiny and lonely. And so he's contending with these two universes of this lab that he gets this scarab beetle from a family member who's like, yeah, I'm entrusting you with this, run away, because this company wants to weaponize it, is now in the hands of this nobody little boy, and at the same time, great power being in the hands of a tiny, like, spider-bitten kid, etc., etc. Again, a thing that we've seen a million times before, but that's not the sin in itself. Hopefully, it's not super mediocre, and I hope that the technical sides of it, which is that you got the score by Bobby Krilik, previously did Midsommar, also worked with Ari Aster, was Pavel Pogorzelski, who is the cinematography for Midsommar and Hereditary. These are very big names. I hope that they're given the freedom to explore. But look, we're going to see in a clip for itself. Director shouting at me right here. Here's another look at Blue Beetle coming out on Friday.
Now! Hi.
Dude, no worries. Just take your time.
Thanks, Jenny.
You gotta force it to come out.
What do you... Hi. You're a genius.
What? I know. What'd I say?
You said this thing isn't gonna protect me, right? It's not gonna let me die?
No, I mean, die.
All right, let's see if it
I
works.
wouldn't test it.
Coming into his own. And I suppose there is something cool about all of this power being put in the hands of someone who isn't tainted yet.
No.
Who isn't evil.
Not for
who
me.
isn't- Yeah, come
Put
on.
that power in the hands of Universal Healthcare America.
Kids,
I would make life livable for
These
America.
kids are going to save us, man. These kids are going to save us. I love it. So there is a Power Ranger element to it. And I think...
Yeah, and
that
this,
kind of vibe,
this is a flavor thing. This doesn't make the movie bad. It's like a personal preference.
Yeah.
For me, I'm at this phase now where I sort of miss Christopher Nolan's grittiness and the realism and whatever. Logan getting... I don't know which Afrikaans word I can say. You know, that M
don't
word
say
in
any of them.
Afrikaans.
Don't say any of them. No.
But, and then some people, sometimes you're in the mood, sometimes you just lust for that Power Rangers-y goofishness. That looks a bit too over the top for me here, but if you're in that sort of space, that phase, that season, maybe it's for you. Out this Friday, JP doesn't have a score, ain't seen it himself. Maybe I'll go see it, because it's small and maybe sweet.
And Viola Davis, if you're watching right now, maybe you can go and watch Blue Beetle for us and just drop us and come into the show to give us a review. We'd love to have you here. Please, if any of you know Viola Davis and if you're in South Africa, please ask her to make contact with us. We absolutely love you.